لك دوما قريب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل Muhammad. One of the big dilemmas that we experience today, especially in the holy month of Ramadan, is determining the time of Fajr. Different institutions have different prayer timetables for us. One institution may designate the time of Fajr at 5 a.m. A second institution may designate the Fajr at 5:10 a.m. Yet a third institution may designate that at 5:20 a.m. This could create confusion for us. Which is the time of Fajr? Which institution do I go with? Islamically, what is my obligation? Our respected scholars of Maraji' have stated the following based on their understanding of Hadith. If you believe that Fajr has not set in, but you have not done research, and this is the key here, you assume that Fajr has not set in. It's 5 a.m. Without investigating, without doing any research, you think that it's still night. Therefore, you eat and drink. Later you discover that when you ate and drank at 5 a.m., the time of Fajr actually had set in. In this case, scholars state, you have to do qada. You don't have to pay kafara because you did not deliberately break your fast, but you have to make up that day. That's because you technically ate and drank after Fajr without investigating. Yes, if you were to investigate yourself, you go outside, you inspect the horizon, as scholars have given this example in their books of rulings. If you have investigated and researched, and your research led you to believe that at 5 a.m. Fajr has not set in yet, and as a result of that you ate and drank, later you discovered your research was wrong. Later you discovered that you actually did eat and drink after Fajr. In this example, you do not have to make up your fast. Your fast is valid. Let's apply this to this prayer timetable discrepancy situation. If there are multiple prayer timetables, it is highly recommended for you, my dear brothers and sisters, to do some research. You trust this institution with their prayer timetable. As long as you did some research, you trust them, you looked at the prayer timetable, then we can say that you have done your research. If one day it turns out that this prayer timetable was wrong, your fast is valid. But if you don't do any research, you don't make any effort to verify the authenticity of that prayer timetable, the trustworthiness of that institution, then according to a number of scholars, if you discover that the prayer timetable was wrong and that you actually ate and drank after Fajr, you have to repeat that fast. Therefore, it is highly recommended for us to investigate. Investigating means that you follow a prayer timetable that's issued by a trusted organization. An organization that you trust. And it's perfectly acceptable for you to approach any institution and ask them, what is your criteria for determining Fajr? As long as you've done this process, you've made the effort, if one day it turns out that the prayer timetable was wrong, you're off the hook. You don't have to repeat any of those fasts. But if I don't investigate, I don't research, I just go by whatever time is out there, by any application, by any prayer timetable, without really trusting the institution, without making some sort of effort to verify the authenticity of the prayer timetable, then if I discover that it was wrong, I may have to make up my fasts. Therefore, always investigate and research. That way, you will be safe with your fasts and you will not have to make them up.